Hello everybody, this is Dan of Crazy Bad Cuber, and today I'm going to show you guys a new camera that I got. But first I'm going to go through what I used to use. So what I used to use is a Sony a6000. Now this was actually recommended to me from Virus Cube, the guy who makes all the Virus Cube puzzles. And he said it was really good, and it is. For the last year, over a year, maybe almost two now, I don't remember. This is the camera that I was using. It's a Sony a6000 with a kit lens, and it has produced some really great images. This camera here is, I find, a little bit different than this one. This one handles light a little bit differently. I mean, this one's colors are better, the lens is better, everything is more sharp. This one here, say for instance, I'm going to record me solving, which is a video I just uploaded earlier. I would usually set it to aperture 5.6, shutter speed 125 because I do 60 frames a second, so you need to double that. And ISO is usually somewhere around 540. On this camera here, I do 5.6 aperture, 125 shutter speed, and I need an ISO of 12,500, which is quite a bit higher. So it doesn't handle light the same, but it gives a better image in my opinion. But it was time to retire this because one of the reasons with this is that it overheats. As you can see, this only comes out to here. It doesn't have a flip screen at all. So it'll overheat. So to counter that, I would take the screen away, which will make less heat, and I would open the battery compartment as well, which will make less heat. And even with that, I can only get about 20 minutes of filming. This here, I can film at 30 minutes at a time. It's got a 30-minute restriction, just like most DSLRs. And this one has very bad sound, so I'd always have to record external audio and then resync it up later, and sometimes there'd be problems with that. But with this camera, because I have a professional microphone sitting on top of it, I don't ever have to worry about that. As you can tell, the sound is great. I'm going to give you a little example of the difference of sound between this camera and that camera. So let me just hit record here. So this is the sound from the good camera, and this is the sound from the old camera. Not very good sound here, great sound there. All right, so this will still be used. I will still probably use this to do my rotating piece shots. That way I can just leave it there. I don't have to continuously move the cameras around, which is great, and I don't ever have to record more than 20 minutes doing that, so that actually works out great. So I'm going to show you guys this camera. I'm just going to use my iPhone in order to show you guys the quality of it, and then you can also hear the quality of the iPhone, which is not great. So this is my new camera. It's a Canon 80D. Now if you guys watch Casey Neistat, you will know that he uses this exact setup, and I bought everything exactly like Casey Neistat because it does render a very, very good image. So the lens is a 10 to 22 millimeter ultra wide angle lens, so you can really see like a lot of this room. The camera is really only 2 feet in front of me. Like I can touch the lens in front of me, and look at how much room there is here. Like it's so good. And the zoom is really good too. So when you zoom in, it focuses really, really well, and it doesn't create such a wide angle. So if I don't want that wide angle, I can just zoom in as much as I want. And you don't really hear the zoom, you don't really hear the focus going on because the microphone kind of cancels that out. But this is a very, very good camera. The mic is great. Here's a touch screen, I can touch it. Now I'll just give you an example of how wide this is. So now I'm about 2 inches in front of the camera, and look here. Actually, you can just see here. You can still see most of the camera, and I'm literally only 2 inches in front of it. So it works out really, really well. And I can't wait to start experimenting with the way I usually do it, like on my desk with it in front of me, what kind of settings I'll have to use. Now, I have been doing a lot of experimenting with this camera to try to figure out all those settings and what kind of, ISO aperture stuff I can use for certain situations. So I don't run into like bad quality stuff at the beginning while I'm learning this camera. But please be patient, because I may not set things perfectly at first like I have been with this one. And in time, I will learn to use this camera. I just wanted to show you guys the new camera rig. I think it's really awesome. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on my next video.